All righty, welcome back to the big show. I'm Jamel Hartman. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House Lindos, and People's Pharmacy. Folks, don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Without further ado, let's bring our guest for the day. Very special guest. We've got Azuree Williams. It's been a while coming on from Bermuda, Cancer and Health. We're talking about Relay for Life, folks. Give everyone TDH welcome. Hello, hello. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well, thanks.
Well, first off, thanks for your patience. I mean, Maya talks a lot. She just goes.
Maya, right.
I maybe I started, but I gotta ask you before we jump into the serious conversation. It's World Theater Day. Do you have like a favorite theater show that you've seen?
That's very difficult. It's not a fair question. Both of my older two children have starred in productions here in Bermuda with Gilbert and Sullivan. My son did Animal Farm, which was brilliant. My daughter did South Pacific. That was brilliant as well. And then Troika, of course, Serafina. I mean, we have so much talent locally. Um, I would definitely say some of the best I've seen have been right here in Bermuda.
You know what? And honestly, you and my cousin Nicole, Troika, Bermuda, Serafina, amazing. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Goosebumps.
The best. I'm saying I've been seeing some shows on Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
This is no disrespect to Bermuda and Bermudians, but I had not seen a show since I was young with my nana. When I saw that, I was just like, wow.
Blown away.
Yeah. So absolutely. And thank you for saying that. Thank you, Nicole, and thank you for saying it. Hey, it's fair. We are the best. We're just because we're small doesn't mean we can't be the best at what we do. So
We have a lot of talent.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us, and again, thank you for your patience. But this is a very important conversation, as mentioned earlier. Just this week, I've been told of 3 cancer diagnoses, Bermudians, and it's not something that I think our community has come to terms with, and so conversations like this, and I hope the audience really, really engages in this, because I think collectively, we spoke about collectiveness yesterday when it comes to causes. This is something collectively that we need to tackle. But starting off, just explain why was the Relay for Life created as a part of Bermuda Cancer and Health's initiatives to, I guess, educate people.
Well, first and foremost, it is a global initiative. It's not just a Bermudian thing. We were the 25th country, I believe, to join the relay movement in 2014. And it was initially started in 1984 with Dr. Gordy Klatt, who was an American Cancer Society volunteer. And American Cancer Society is actually the partner. We have partnered with them and all of the other global partners that exist today. But Bermuda primarily joined the movement, particularly because of the need for a radiation therapy unit. So Relay for Life is actually Bermuda Cancer and Health Center's largest fundraiser. The radiation unit received over a roughly $2.2 million from the first few years of Relay for Life in order for us to open the radiation therapy unit in 2017. So it was primarily making sure that we were able to offer a service to our community rather than people having to hop on a plane, go overseas, be away from work, be away from their loved ones for extended periods of time. Whereas here in Bermuda, you can receive radiation therapy and then you can go back to work, or you can go home and spend time with your loved ones while you're in recovery. It's no longer having to travel that distance.
Yeah, and in saying that, I know Relay for Life around the world is held at different times of the year. Why was May such an important time to have it for you guys?
Well, one, the founder of Bermuda's Relay for Life, Ron Spencer the third, his mom passed in May, so this is definitely something that's near and dear and special to him. He introduced it to Bermuda, and specifically brought it to Bermuda Cancer and Health Center. And also just the timing for the weather. May weather is usually the best time of the year. And then also looking at our corporate sponsors and corporate partners, May is usually the best time for them to have the support and not be, I mean, they're always busy with their calendar year, but it's definitely the most ideal time, weather-wise and also scheduling-wise, for most of the people in the community that support us.
Indeed. What is Bermuda Cancer and Health hoping to achieve with this year's event?
A lot. We, in the past, our goal is usually $700,000 gross that we like to raise. And this gives us the opportunity to continue to top up our Equal Access Fund. The Equal Access Fund is so important to the community at large because so many people, as you mentioned earlier on, are being diagnosed consistently. We have diagnoses every single day. People are being diagnosed here in Bermuda. And 95% of cases that are diagnosed, if they require radiation therapy, they're able to receive that treatment at Bermuda Cancer and Health Center. And a lot of people cannot afford it. We're talking about tens of thousands of dollars for radiation treatment. So the Equal Access Fund enables us to provide that care to patients who just wouldn't be able to afford it and probably wouldn't even bother to engage in treatment because they feel they don't have the savings, they don't have the insurance, or they have insufficient insurance. So because of the Equal Access Fund, we're able to provide that service consistently to our community. And so we aim every single year to raise that $700,000 so that we can continue to provide equal access to all patients who are diagnosed with cancer and need radiation therapy.
Indeed. And audience, if you have any questions or comments for Ms. Williams, please send them through. We'll get through as many as possible. Can you break down how the Relay for Life event actually works? And I don't mean to be funny, but people just don't. I'm not going to call anyone
People
out. They
don't
just
know, right?
Yeah.
So, so as project lead and project manager and event lead, I've been integrally involved in Relay for Life, one as a staff member working for Bermuda Cancer and Health Center, but also those of us who sit on the committee. Every year we're volunteering our time and we're working outside of our normal business hours. A lot of the times we're working evenings, behind the scenes, planning the event. It takes approximately 9 months. We have subcommittees. So shout out to our committee who is definitely committed and dedicated to ensuring the success of this year's event. But we ask for teams to register at bermudarelay.bm. They basically have to sign up at least 10 to 15 people per team because it's a relay event. And what we mean by relay is that no, you're not physically passing a baton and racing against the clock, but cancer never sleeps. So typically we have a 24-hour event. We've toned it down a bit and gone to 18 hours, and we ask that someone is walking the track every hour during the event, like a relay. So one person does one shift and then they pass it on to the next person, and it just continues. We're not hard and fast with the rule that someone has to be on the track every hour, every minute. It's just a reminder that cancer never sleeps, and that's why we ask for people to be consistently walking throughout the entire 18 hours. It's a fundraiser. People set up their pop-up tents all around the track at the North Field. They're raising funds through fun games, different activities, selling food. It's very interactive and engaging. It's supportive. We have 3 key ceremonies where we're celebrating survivors in the beginning. Survivors kick off the first lap, everyone else is cheering them on, rooting for them. The gumbays usually lead them around the track. It's a very vibrant and fun atmosphere. But then we get a little more solemn and poignant and reverent during the Luminaria ceremony, which takes place on the Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the ceremony where we remember our loved ones lost and the ones who are going through cancer. Shout out to Liberty Mutual Insurance Bermuda. They are our presenting sponsor. And then Sun Life this year is on board again as our Luminaria sponsor. And we have CG Insurance, who is our platinum sponsor again this year. These companies have consistently supported us. So we have corporate teams, we have community teams. It's really, it has that carnival type atmosphere, not carnival as in carnival weekend, but carnival if you've ever been to a carnival fair in the US and in Europe and other countries, where it's lots of games, lots of different types of food to try, but it's all people raising funds to benefit the community through the Equal Access Fund. And it benefits the global community because 3% of our funds go to cancer initiatives that are happening globally, hosted by the American Cancer Society, where they're building hostels for patients in Kenya who are in cancer treatment, and they have such a long journey to walk to and from the hospital for treatment. And instead of them sleeping on the cold streets or the cold park benches, they now have a hostel in Kenya specifically for them to sleep and recover after they have cancer treatment. So it's a lot to see and do. The ceremonies, the entertainment. We have so many people who join us to put on a vibrant atmosphere for folks to partake in. Teams get dressed up in character. They create their own theme. They decorate their campsites. I mean, it's really an amazing, spectacular event. And I'm not saying this because I've been involved for the last, this is year 12, and I've been constantly engaged and involved for the last 8 years. But cancer has touched and impacted everyone in this community in some shape, form, or fashion. Whether you're a survivor, whether you're a caregiver, whether you have a loved one who was diagnosed or a coworker. I mean, it's like you said, 3 people this week. For me, it's consistently the people that I'm engaging with and interacting with our community outreach, and also my own loved ones who are diagnosed and have been diagnosed year after year after year before I started working at Bermuda Cancer and Health Center. So our family has been impacted by cancer for decades now, unfortunately. And me, I'm all about advocacy. That's also part of what Relay for Life is about. We have educational banners all around the field to give people those extra tips on how they can reduce their cancer risk. It's also an opportunity for people who are survivors and caregivers to connect with other families and community members who can inspire and support them, not to feel alone in the journey. It's emotional. The Luminaria ceremony, I must highlight, we have had issues where a lot of the young people are being dropped off, middle schoolers in particularly, and they don't have supervision. So they're not aware of the reverence and respect they need to have during the Luminaria ceremony, because it's a moment of silence where we are remembering our loved ones lost. So some people are very emotional. They're in tears. They're honoring their loved ones because we have these little Luminaria bags that light up the track at night during the Luminaria ceremony. It's very beautiful, but it's also a time for us to be gentle and considerate of other people. And so many of our young people don't have that awareness. They don't realize what's going on. So we do ask for the team captains, the parents, to make sure that you are encouraging the young people to be reverent, to be respectful, to be silent. And when the lights go out, don't scream. It's okay. Make sure your children.
I just want to touch the audience because I want to make sure that they're engaged. But I want to know from the audience, has anyone in the audience ever participated in the Relay for Life? Just let us know, yes or no. Have you participated? And just get an idea of your experience in participating. And if you haven't, this is an opportunity because Azuree, as I can only imagine you probably are still looking for people to participate and register as well as volunteers. So how can people who are interested in participating and putting together a team, how can they go about registering? And let's talk volunteerism as well. On the back of that is how many volunteers are you in need of, and how are the numbers looking?
So volunteerism is crucial. Without volunteers, this event really can't happen. The team captains, they're volunteering their time to gather their team members, register everybody, register their team, create their fundraiser, decorate their campsites. All of that is the success of the event depends on how many teams sign up. We're looking for 100 teams minimum, 10 to 15 people a team. Then we're also looking for volunteers. It takes a minimum of 100 volunteers to successfully run an event like this. This event is huge, the magnitude and the impact that it has on the community. So we definitely heavily rely on volunteers. We are not there yet. We're not even halfway there to 100, but we need at least 100 volunteers. Folks can go to our website, bermudarelay.bm, and make sure they sign up, get involved, hit the Get Involved tab at the top of the page if you want to volunteer, sign up as a caregiver, sign up as a survivor. Survivor and caregiver registrations are free. There's no charge for that. But if you are on a team or trying to be on a team, that does have a cost to that registration. If you want to be a participant and have the benefits of what our participant receives, we have a special treat for the survivors this year. We have a couple of sponsors who are providing massage specifically for the survivors. We have Off Grid RV. She's sponsoring a place for the survivors to be. So shout out to her. Shout out to Balance, Queen Treatment, and Healthy Living Nutrition. Those are all partners are all going to be involved, and they've collaborated to make sure that we are putting on something special and for our survivors. And anyone who wants to get involved, go to bermudarelay.bm. All the information's there. How to reach us, all of the emails, they're there. Folks can email me, eventchair@bermudarelay.bm, if they want more information.
All right. I'm happy to see we've got quite a few people: Marquita Lee, Suzanne Ingham, Lorna Miners, and Karen Edwards Simmons. She's a captain who have
Active team captain, Karen
yeah,
is.
you go, team captain.
She's at every meeting. Shout out to all those captains that come out and they do their thing. They whip their teams into shape. I mean, it can be a lot of work,
Mhm.
but the team captains, they get it done. They get it done and they deliver. And we are so eternally grateful to all those team captains, all the volunteers, all the participants, and all of our sponsors, everyone who comes together for this community event to make it special, to make it happen. And it provides a safe space for families to connect with others and support each other in the cancer journey, because it's not always easy. And sometimes you need a laugh, you need to have fun, you need to also cry and let it all out. And you get all of that at Relay for Life. It's such an amazing event. If folks have not been, there's general admission. If you're not on a team, no big deal. You just can pay at the gate, or we will be opening up on PTIX closer to the event. So folks can have their digital ticket if they don't want to bring cash to the event. But we do encourage people to bring their credit cards, bring cash, because it's a fundraiser. And we want you to visit all the team campsites and, support their fundraiser, because it gets us closer and closer to our goal of $700,000, so we can continue to support the community through our Equal Access Fund.
Just remind people before you head out why this event is necessary in our community.
So just as I mentioned, the support, the cancer journey can be like none other for some people. Some people are such fierce champions and warriors. I've met so many survivors and caregivers who just championing for the cause, advocacy, the whole nine. And then there are other people who are so emotionally overwhelmed with the cancer diagnosis, they don't know what to do. They feel alone. They don't know who to talk to. A lot of people are in financial disrepair, and they can't afford to have cancer treatment. So this event checks all of those boxes. It gives people an opportunity to connect, to support each other, to embrace each other, to encourage each other. And it also gives us the opportunity to raise funds to support those people who are in financial need and need the cancer treatment and services that we offer and provide. So it's a no-brainer. If you have not been touched by cancer, more than likely you will in your lifetime. Unfortunately, 1 in 5 people will be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. However, almost 50% of cancer cases are preventable, and that's through the education, the awareness of what the prevention measures are, which I'm constantly out there hitting the pavement, talking about and sharing through our free education programs that we have at Bermuda Cancer and Health Center. But when it comes to this event, it's like none other. There's something for everyone, from children all the way up to seniors. It's an opportunity to come together and make a difference and have an impact on our community.
Indeed, Azuree, thank you so much for this conversation. And audience, join Karen Edwards Simmons and the many other captains. Get involved, reach out. We'll see you at the Relay for Life, Azuree.
They can join also for the next team captain meeting. It's the final meeting, April 16th at AXA XL on Bermudiana Road, starting at 5:30. It's a lot going to be happening because it's the final meeting. So people need to make sure they're checking their emails. Our team development, they are on it, making sure they're communicating with captains, check their spam. We want to make sure that everyone stays in touch, and we look forward to seeing people on May 9th and 10th at the North Field.
Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Azuree Williams from Bermuda Cancer and Health Center, folks. Relay for Life. Go check it out. Don't forget that meeting April 16th at AXA XL. That's on Bermudiana Road. Go to their website, check them out, get as much information as possible, or reach out to someone in the audience like a Karen Edwards Simmons, who is a team captain, and see if you can get involved there. We're going to take a final break. Come back. We've got the daily play, and we'll wrap it up in about 1 minute, 55 seconds. Stick with us.